This is my Mark 1 Audi TT that over the past month I have been
fixing, restoring and repairing the car to bring it back on road after being abandoned by its previous owner.
And as you can tell, all that hard work paid off because we finally got it back on road.
Yay!
Now that it is back on road, I've been doing a bit of shopping. And if you are already a subscriber of the channel, you'll know exactly where I've been shopping. I, of course, have been doing a little shopping haul on Temu. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around because we've got some amazing things to put on the car today. Woo! The Temu series is back, boy. Come on. Come on.
So then let's teleport home so I can show you guys exactly what I got for our Mark 1 Audi TT because it's pretty exciting. It's about to turn into a monster. Rough.
Now this right here in this box is the product I'm most excited to get installed to the car today because what's inside this box is about to make a chemical reaction in my pants. That will mean if I turn too quickly, I might knock you guys out.
So you got fish and chips, Oreos and milk. You've also got me and you. But to add to that, we've actually got this Audi TT and this box right here. It just goes hand in hand, mate. It's like a wee and a vagina. You don't have one without the other.
Now, inside this box is something truly exciting for any car person out there. This is a masterpiece crafted by some beautiful Chinese man somewhere in China. Here we have a valved exhaust system. And yeah, we did kind of discover there was a massive issue, but we'll get onto that drama later in the video.
But yeah, if you don't know, valved, boom, boom. We get to decide whether it's quiet or loud through the click of a button. Boop, boop.
So this Temu exhaust is powered by a vacuum operated system that snaps these flaps open and shut, routing the sound through either the loud path or quiet one. But as I mentioned, I'm a bit gutted, which you'll find out later in the video why.
I've actually got this exhaust booked into an exhaust company tomorrow. So before that, we've got 2 things to install. Let's go.
So then the first Temu product that is going on the Audi TT is the essential sweeping dynamic LED indicators, which apparently costed £116, but the generous people have put it down to just £5 with free shipping. Can you even argue with that? Well, let's find out by installing them. The ones on the car right now are just dead. They just blink.
Boring.
So for less than a McDonald's meal, we can take out the old indicator, the old bulb, plug in the brand new LED unit, flip it back in place, and as simple as that and as cheap as that, we've got a nice little bit of Shazam. Then we just repeat the same process on the other side. The next Temu item will have you guys questioning me. One word. Why? And my answer is, this costs £1.52 to quite simply change the coolant cap from blue to black. Mad! Limited edition, boy. And this is probably one of the most difficult installations you've probably ever seen me do. We quite simply unscrew the cap when the car is cold, and then quite simply grab the brand new one, screw it back on, and job done. Got a brand new coolant cap. I mean, peak content here. Peak 2025 content here. You can tell the budget's just going higher and higher for each video. Splashing £1.52 on a coolant cap. However, the next morning we were pulling up outside ECOMAX tuning in Peterborough for a bit more of an exciting installation to the Audi TT.
So we have actually come down to Peterborough to ECOMAX tuning for them to fit this beautiful valved Temu back box to the V6 Audi TT to hopefully unleash this VR6 engine, make it sound how it should and not like a little bitch, which is what it sounds like right now. Very quiet, isn't it?
Now, I don't know if you guys agree with me here, but this is abysmal to think that this is a V6 sounding like this. My grand's arse makes more bass and more grunt than this V6 at the minute. Disgraceful. Now this valved exhaust system from Temu actually cost me £220, far from cheap. And that is not including the price of having to weld on and fabricate this to fit the car you're putting it on. And this is where we had our issue.
Right then, so we have arrived down at ECOMAX Tuning and there's a massive, massive problem with the Temu exhaust, which is actually catastrophic news, basically. But, let's go find out. Come with me in and let's go find out. Right, so the TT is up in the air and, is it Ron, is it?
Yeah, speaking.
Do you want to tell me what's wrong, what I've messed up with?
Well, where exactly did you get this back box from?
Temu.
Oh, see, professional. Well, our dear friend has bought something that we would say in the game is too big for his hole. So he's brought us a nice silencer back box from Temu. And unfortunately, guys, as you can all see, yeah, that doesn't fit in the gap, does it? Unless he wants side exits, but he's being a bit of a wimp today and doesn't want to do it. And then, unfortunately, he's going to have to fork out for another probable wank back box and bring it to us so we can fit it. Then what we'll do is we'll rebook him in and we will rectify the Temu problem. I bet you can't get a Temu box small enough for the gap though.
So in its current state, unfortunately guys, it would not fit the car. Now this is all because they would need to weld on a 180-degree 3-inch pipe to bring the exhaust narrower to fit the exhaust exits, and that's all while avoiding bits of the chassis like this piece right here. Now in theory, we could fabricate this exhaust completely by chopping the width off, giving us a little bit more room, and then completely rerouting and cutting off the secondary pipe to join in a different location. However, how long would that take us? And even then, would we have enough room for the whole system? So I am so sorry to say this, but unfortunately, we will not be installing this Temu exhaust today until you guys let me know what you think I should do in the comments below. Now, the lads didn't want to send me home empty-handed, so they are putting on a temporary system till we decide a solution with the Temu exhaust.
Go on, boy. Mate, that sounds mate. Very basic, very basic. It's nice. No. Yeah. Mate, that sounds different to every car I brought it, you know. Okay, that's how it should sound now. Oh my God. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little bit awkward. The whole series of this TT and my Golf is about installing Temu parts to my Temu car. Now, I personally am really gutted about this exhaust system not fitting because these Temu valved exhaust systems can be controlled through a remote. So if I want it really quiet like a Toyota Prius or a stock Polo, I can make it sound like that. And then as soon as I want to unleash the V6 bad boyness, I just press a button and it goes loud. These systems work incredibly well. So what that would have meant for me is I can cold start my car at 4 AM with the valve shut, not wake a single one of my neighbors up. And then as soon as I hit the main road, I can click a button, open the valves and wake Satan himself up. But with our temporary exhaust, it's always loud, no matter what. Now the thing is, life will always throw you curveballs like this exhaust system not fitted. However, we're gonna flip an L into a W because this exhaust system could be going to one of you lads. Now I was sat there thinking, right, I paid 220 quid for this exhaust. I could send it back, get 220 quid and we win it. You can't be scared in the woods if you're the scariest in the woods. So I could have sent this exhaust system back, got 220 quid,
And you know what? I could support the local businesses. I could take that £220, support the local businesses by going to local OnlyFans girls and buying their content, right? Supporting the local business, you see what I mean? Very charitable man. But instead of that, me and ECOMAX Tuning are actually gonna be giving you guys the chance to win this valve system and have it fitted for free with tips, quite simply by heading over to my Instagram at @_OtherStuff, where I'm going to post a picture on how you guys can enter.
And also don't forget to make sure you're following ECOMAX Tuning to enter for this giveaway.
But we'll talk about that later at the end of today's video. Let's go out in the car and let's hear it. Definitely don't want to take any limelight off this exhaust system because we've unleashed this VR6 engine. 3.2 litre roof! Listen to it. This exhaust system sounds absolutely 10 out of 10. It's a new back box and we've done a res delete. So it's completely legal. We just don't have the valve system. That's it, pretty much. It's just always obnoxious. Mate, that's coming out of a Audi. Bumbleclot! Do you even understand how nuts this is? The gear shifts, being a DSG, the gear shifts, oh my God, it's like an orchestra. You got the exhaust blaring away and then you change gear. Oh, it's that brum. Whatever German engineer sat at a table with his glasses on and his fucking lunchbox to the side of it, making a VR6 engine. I just want to come fly to Germany and kiss you, man. Because, naturally aspirated 250 brake horsepower V6 3.2 litre. Insane, mate. It's just gurgling. Literally, it sounds like when you put mouthwash in your mouth and gurgle because you've got a sore throat. This is literally what this is. It's gurgling the petrol. It is savouring every single milliliter of that petrol. It does 0 to 60 pretty quickly. That was 0 to 60. You guys got to let me know what you guys want with this exhaust system. Do you want me to take it off and replace it with a Temu system that works or fits? Or are you okay with this one? You guys let me know in the comments. So right here we have actually got the next Temu package, and I swear they're getting more and more expensive. What's inside this box is £44. Voila. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, maybe. Ooh. Now, if you don't know what this is right here, this is actually some carbon fibre mirror caps that genuinely look incredible for the Audi TT. But the only problem I have with this mirror cap, which I don't know why I'm complaining at because it makes things easier, is they are actually just quite simply stick-on covers. And personally, I'm not a big fan of just cover mirror caps. I don't even know if it's going to completely fit, to be fair, but so for £40, literally, we just got basically a sticker.
I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm super disappointed that it's just a cover. And honestly, if the carbon weave wasn't so impressive, I think I'd be packaging this up back in its box and sending this straight back to China, mate. But the one benefit we have is it makes the installation process that simple. It's done. It is quite simply just held on with double-sided tape, but it looks incredible until you come over to the front where you can see the greys exposed, and also they haven't finished the mirror. I don't know why they've left this piece undone, but maybe I should ask for a quarter refund back, because the flipping sausages have made 3/4 of a carbon fibre mirror cap. They're missing a quarter, mate.
So we have actually got the carbon fiber mirror covers all stuck on now. I don't know why I'm doing that. It is stuck on. That's probably the worst insult if somebody comes up to me at a car meet.
You got stuck on carbon fiber mirror caps.
But I can honestly say, look at it from a distance. That carbon weave is possibly one of the nicest I have ever seen on any one of the cars. I've had carbon mirror caps on every single one of the cars I've had. And look at that. Oh my God. That shines like a diamond. If only that was a genuine mirror cover which clipped in and screwed into place, I'd give that a 10 out of, I'd give that a fucking 20 out of 10. Look at the weave on it. The only thing that really does let it down is the fact it is stuck on. Because quite literally, you've got this little piece right here that's not covered for some reason. And then you've got this piece. Oh, I've just stepped in mud, mate. That looks like a protein poo. And then you've got this little piece right here and obviously the grey inside. So the only thing I'd say is if that was a full-on carbon mirror cover unit to completely replace the stock one, that would be perfect. But now, although I'm a big hater of stick-on car parts, this did actually make the installation so easy for anyone to do, because if you can't stick on this to a mirror...
Well, I don't know how you survived this far in life then.
If we had to completely replace the mirror covers, we'd have to take off the mirror glass, which we could risk snapping or cracking. There'd also be a couple nuts and bolts, and some people might not have the tools to actually take it apart. So a quick and simple 5-minute job, which doesn't look half bad, might be fit for a lot of you guys at home. So now, quite simply, we've got to get home to install yet again another Temu product that might not fit, but it might fit. Fingers crossed it does fit. But while we're here, if you guys are just like me and you like modifying your cars, whether that is making your car a little bit louder with an exhaust system, sticking on carbon fiber mirror caps, or even as far as going ahead and messing with the engine, well, you guys are going to want to make sure you have the car insurance fit for you. And that's where I want to introduce you guys to my personal insurer of the Audi TT, Adrian Flux Insurance, which also insure my Volkswagen Golf, and they have previously insured my Stage 2 BMW M240i, my Mini Cooper, and my BMW E46. Now, Adrian Flux is actually an insurance broker that insures thousands of drivers all across the UK, including myself. Adrian Flux works best for me because they do offer modified car insurance. And as they are an active part of the car community, they understand why we like to customize our cars. So everything on this Audi TT, from the exhaust system to the carbon mirror caps, are all declared, so I know my pride and joy is protected. So whether you've got a heavily modified car or a bone stock one, they can help you find the best price on your insurance. So if you guys are looking to get a free car insurance quotation today, then click the link in the description to get a free callback today. All right then, I think it's time to get this car back home and get to installing the rest of the Temu stuff. So then we've now transported back to the house, and I want to give you a little bit of a tour of what I'm dealing with right now. Now right here is the cockpit of my fighter jet, and right here it says TT. Just to always keep in my imagination God's beautiful creation. A nice big juicy titty. Underneath here, when I actually press this, we've actually got the stereo, which currently doesn't work because, as most of you guys rightly said in the comments, for the last video, we need a code to reactivate it. However, even if I got the code for it and it started working again, I still can't connect my Bluetooth. I still can't connect my aux. How am I meant to play my Titanic soundtrack and cry myself in the rain? I can't right now. That's exactly why I went on Temu and actually bought a brand new head unit for the Audi TT. And what's insane about this head unit is it's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless both, and a reverse camera, and theoretically it could fit into this little gap right here
With a little bit of fabrication and Asian persuasion.
This baffled me, the fact that this is even possible. Quite simply, the Chinese are doing bits inside this box right here. I think it's actually mind-blowing that this is even a thing, but we actually have a head unit with the thinnest touchscreen you've ever seen. And this head unit literally only cost me £38 from Temu.
Now the only problem is, will it fit? Because it is looking a little bit techie. So the first step is to gently, very, very gently rip out the old radio. Beautiful. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oi, there you go. Let's try and slide it in and see if it can take it. Oh my good God. Do you know what? Oh! Hold on. Do you know what? That could work. That could fucking work! What? Oh my God, that could work. To my disbelief, it actually fits in the hole, which is definitely something girls don't ever say to me. They're usually asking, have you even put it in yet? I don't know if you guys can see this. So the top of the radio has a little bit of a, it's a little bit taller. And I think it's hitting on this little piece up here. So if we actually Dremel that down, this might sit flush and we could potentially still shut the TT sign. All we've got is these two little brackets right here to fill in, but we could even 3D print something to literally just slot there and just hold it in place. But before we start cutting anything and fabricating it to fit, there's one massive problem we're gonna have to solve. Pretty much, this is a universal head unit, which means it can fit pretty much any car you want it to fit. But the only problem is we've got to wire it in. And honestly, if I wired it in, by the time we reconnect the battery and turn on the stereo, I'll be recreating this picture, but not with the house, but with the car instead. So we've quite simply got this wire in right here with those two connectors right there. And we've also in here, we've got our 3 radio connectors right there and our radio antenna, which shouldn't be a problem. But pretty much we need to somehow connect this to this.
Now, when I was actually installing the Temu head unit to the Volkswagen Golf, it was actually a plug and play system because it was made specifically for the Volkswagen Golf. So it came with wiring adapters to quite simply plug and play. But because our one is universal, it doesn't come with a plug and play system.
And that's where I'm gonna ask for your guys' help for the next video where we hopefully, fingers crossed, get this installed, is if there's anybody watching this who is going to be a wizard with wiring and making this red unit work with this Audi TT, comment down below. Comment down below because I really want to make this fit 100%. We've literally broken the old we've broken the old head unit. So there's no going back now. We're making this fit no matter what. Apple CarPlay in an Audi TT. At the moment, I can't find anyone who's willing to do it. So if you know anyone, hit me up. And we're going to make it happen. And hit the subscribe button to come back for next video where we hopefully get this all installed. Fingers crossed.
Now, while on Temu, I did find some LED number plates for the Mark 1 Audi TT, which were only £4, and I was pretty happy about it, as you can tell.
Look at the difference. That one you can't even see. This one. I'll take that for £4. I'll take that. Get in my basket.
And the last Temu product for today was literally only £4.
This is actually an RGB light kit. Look at that. And that was £4 fucking quid. Plugs into the cigarette lighter. And then this will light up your footwells or wherever you want to put it, to be fair, in RGB colours. Oh.
And I don't know about you guys, but here in the UK, I wake up and 2 hours later it's dark. The sun is literally setting at like 3 PM at the minute. Ridiculous. So quite simply, I'm just stripping apart the interior just to be able to hide the cables a little bit easier. You don't need to do this, but it just makes everything a little bit more neat so that we don't have wires absolutely everywhere. So
we have actually brought back the RGBs. If you guys don't know, RGB footwell lights were like my first ever car accessory / modification I ever installed to my Vauxhall Corsa 7 years ago or something. And here we actually have them back, boys. Boom! I currently have it fading through very nicely. Look at this nice little blue. Hold on, I'm gonna fart. It's a protein fart incoming. Hold on, that might be a poo, to be honest. Oh, mate, yeah, that would have been a poo if I squeezed any harder. But this personally just makes driving at night so much more vibey and just more relaxing and a little bit less dead. Look, I've got green shoes right now. And for £3, I can't complain. So we literally get to like choose all the different colours. Purple, red, bang, yellow. Repping the Asians, just like myself, look at that.
So then guys, just before I end today's video, there was one thing in the last video that you guys were really unhappy about. And as hopefully most of you guys know, I always want to make sure you guys are happy because you guys are pretty scary when you're unhappy. Honestly, you're like my missus, man. I have to keep you guys happy or else you cut my head off. Now that one thing that you guys weren't happy about was of course these shorter number plates. A lot of you guys were saying that they just don't suit the car and they look quite weird. And I do agree, because look, they got a plate cut out right there. It looks like it's got teeth. My Audi TT looks like it's got teeth, mate. This one looks funny because you can actually see the number plate screw holes from the previous plate, which, yeah, doesn't look the best. So, the legends from Roller Plates have actually sent me out some brand new ones because they could not allow you guys to be unhappy. So they sent these out. If you want 2D, 3D, 4D, shortened, long show plates, Roller Plates is the one to go to. And you can actually get a discount by using the code TOS for TOS. Toss off, wanker. I feel like I'm getting more and more crate. I'm probably breathing in too much carbon monoxide, man. So then lads, we have now installed the brand new standard length number plates, which looks so much cleaner on the rear. It definitely fills out the number plate cutout on the front. So again, I guess it looks cleaner. Hopefully you guys are happy with that. But that is unfortunately the end of today's video on the Audi TT. I am so sorry it didn't go to plan. Temu exhaust didn't fit, head unit hasn't been installed yet. But hopefully you guys can help me with that. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the support. Honestly, you don't even understand how much it means that you guys have always got my back with the videos. You're always supporting this stupid idiot with autism holding a camera in the pissing rain. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you faces in my next video.